What's happening, financial coaches? It's Pete here. Want to read to you another chapter from my book here, Be Discovered, How to Market Your Financial Coaching Business. This is a book with all of the tools that I use to make a six-figure coaching business. This is chapter 19, which is called Being Known versus Being the Best. I want to discuss a concept that might help you prioritize things, being known versus being the best. To illustrate this point, we will take a little detour into the world of science and celebrity. Now, I'm sure you've heard of Neil deGrasse Tyson, the astrophysicist who's been on every talk show, podcast, and late-night comedy sketch show known to man. The guy can make black holes sound like they're the coolest thing since sliced bread. There's no denying that Neil is a smart cookie. He's got a way of breaking down the mysteries of the universe into bite-sized chunks that even we, mere mortals, can understand. And let's be real, he's pretty darn entertaining to boot. But here's the thing. Is Neil deGrasse Tyson the best astrophysicist in the world? Is he the most knowledgeable expert on all things space and time? Honestly, who knows? Many times people have pointed out his mistakes because guess what? Even geniuses are fallible. But you know what Neil does have? A platform, visibility. He's mastered being marketable, putting himself out there and keeping his name on everyone's lips. And that, my friends, is often more valuable than being the ultimate expert in your field. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but wait. Shouldn't I focus on honing my skills and becoming the best financial coach I can be? And of course, the answer is yes. Having those aspirations of being a one-stop shop for all things money-related is great. But here's the thing. Don't let that quest for perfection hold you back from putting yourself out there. Don't wait until you've taken every course, read every book, and earned every certification before you start building your business and your brand. Here's the hard truth. The longer you wait to make yourself visible, the harder it will be to catch up. It's like compounding interest, but for your career. Your efforts today will pay dividends tomorrow and for years to come. Closing that gap might take twice as much work if you start 3 months behind someone else. If you start a year behind, well, good luck with that. I've been doing financial coaching for over 14 years now, and I can tell you firsthand that the things I started way back then are still paying off today. It's like the old saying about planting a tree. The best time to do it was 20 years ago, and the second best time is right now. So if you're holding back on building your business, marketing, or PR because you're waiting to reach some arbitrary level of expertise, my advice is simple. Don't wait. Do it all in parallel. Keep learning and growing, but don't let that stop you from putting yourself out there. Because at the end of the day, you could be the most skilled, knowledgeable, and educated financial coach in the world, but if you're not sharing that expertise with actual clients, what's the point? It's like a tree that falls in the forest with no one around to hear it. If you're not using your powers for good, do they even really exist? So start today, share a post on Facebook, fire off a tweet, or make a TikTok dance about compound interest. Personally, I would never do that. But do something, anything to start planting those seeds of visibility, because trust me, they'll pay off in ways you can't imagine. That's absolutely true. What's really funny about that is when I was writing this chapter, there was one thing that really popped in mind about seeds planted a long time ago, still paying dividends today, and that is literally paying dividends is when I was a licensed life insurance agent, when you would sell life insurance, you would get a commission, but you would also get something called trails. And that's basically a smaller commission paid over time, usually for the life of the insurance policy. Sometimes the trails might be a little front heavy. You might get trails for only a few years, but in many cases, they would pay you an upfront commission and then a small trailer each time the policy was renewed. So, a 30-year life insurance policy would generate you some income for 30 years as long as the policy stayed in place. Now, one of the things that I didn't know at the time was you actually don't need your license to keep getting the commission on a life insurance policy that you put into place. And so I am still receiving some pretty small checks usually when a life insurance policy renews, and that was from 20 plus years ago. So some of those policies are still in effect. I get a check or a direct deposit from a life insurance or an insurance company. And, that's pretty awesome because I never would have thought at the time I was writing those life insurance policies, I never thought about what I would get 20 years down the road. And this can happen for a lot of things, but it's not just money. It's not just income. It's the stuff that you're doing, right? The relationship you make with someone 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 year ago, that all of a sudden becomes a great piece of business or becomes a awesome referral partner or becomes a strategic partnership, right? So you just don't know. So start planting those seeds, plant them wherever you can. And when something pays off, man, you'll be so happy you did it. You'll honestly wish you had done it earlier, reached out to some of those people, got your name out there, got a press release out there. So hopefully that helps. I'll see you later.